Hello there guys, and welcome to my entertainment channel. My name is Jemima and I'm here to talk to you about a new film coming up. A film which everybody in the world, that didn't go so well, that everybody in the world is hyped, excited for. They can't wait for it, apart from me. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna be a good film. Of course it's gonna be a good film, but it's gonna fall. I can see it. Well, I'm gonna go into why it's going to fall at some point, maybe, possibly, I don't know. I want to, but reliability is not my strongest suit right now. But today we're gonna talk about my predictions for Marvel Infinity War Part 1. Part 2, I think, is the way it's gonna get the meat of the film, because in Part 1 what they're going to do is they're going to cut chaff. They're going to cut the chaff out of it. Why do I say that? Well, I've made a brief list of how many how many heroes, just heroes, are going to be in this film. Maybe one anti-hero, okay? He's counted as a hero in this because I know what he's going to do. I don't know, but you know, I got my ideas. So let's have a quick count. So I've got 28, and that's without a lot of the Black Panther cast because I still haven't seen the film. I know, it's supposed to be amazing. I know. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it. Of course I'm going to see it. It's supposed to be good. But I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know many of the characters, so I can't really judge upon it. And that does put a asterisk next to this in terms of validity. I'm Jemima. This is Tumble Down the Rabbit Hole. Let's go. So on our list we're going to talk about, first of all, who I think is going to die in Part 1. And it's going to be quite an extensive list, to be fair. I will mention who I think will die in Part 2 in terms of how it's going to relate to the plot, but it's mostly what the hell's mystery? Mostly going to be about Part 1, but I will give you some hints on how I think Part 2 is going to end as well. So in Part 1 we know for certain the Vision, scrap heap. It's got to happen because Thanos needs to get hold of the Mind Stone, which we know is embedded inside Vision's forehead, and it's kind of an integral part of him, if I remember Age of Ultron right. I don't think he's going to do well without it, if I'm honest with you. Somebody else who needs to die is Heimdall. Now, I believe he has another stone. I don't recall which one it is. I think it's the orange stone, which is why his eyes are orange, from what I've seen. Quick. So that's why I think his eyes are orange. He's for the chop as well. Now, our three biggest deaths in Part 1 is going to be Loki and Thor. They're going to die together, side by side, as brothers at the end. Not that they reconcile all the differences, not that they both become heroes, but because they're fighting for each other. They finally got beyond this whole I'm really an ice giant, I'm really Australian. I don't know, do they actually mention that? But they're gonna copy it in the first film. It could even be right after Loki gives Thanos the Tesseract one. I don't recall what that stone is called. Why don't I know this? Plus, he needs. I saw a stipulation somewhere a long time ago that the stone. What's the stone? The red one. The Bloodstone, is it? Or the Strength Stone? Something like that. Was in Thor 2, which I didn't watch. I know! I've hardly watched Marvel films. I've watched quite a few. I just haven't watched like sequels. Like I haven't seen Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3 or Thor 2. I haven't seen Thor Ragnarok. That's supposed to be really good, but I don't know. I don't like Thor being the mischievous one in the group, because Loki's kind of does that, and you don't really want your villain and your hero to be exactly the same, but that's way far away. So I think they're going to die from that. Thanos is going to go off and get the Strength Stone, getting that one. Also then he gets out from killing Heimdall before that or after that, so that's how he's going to complete the set of stones. I think that's all of them. Purple one. Yeah, there's 6, isn't there? So you'll get another one from there. He's got the one from Nova Corps, I believe. Nova Corps, the purple one. I'm just waffling at this point. But the big death, the biggest death of them all, is going to be one of my favourite characters from it, because everybody else has honestly little to offer. A lot of them have very little to offer. You look at people like, we'll get back to that, but this boy, he's the glue, he is the heart of this team, and his death will be a massive blow to them. It's my boy Hawkeye. He's going to cop it. He is going to get squashed. It's going to be horrible. He's either going to be completely one-shotted, Thanos just goes up, punch through walls, and he's only a human, he's not going to survive that. Or he's going to keep getting back up and getting beaten down and get back up and get beaten down. It's going to be long and dragged out and really pull at you. So they're going to do another Phil Coulson like they did with the first Avengers. I think that's going to run thin, because it's been done. And they are facing Thanos, the most powerful being they're ever going to face. And you could say Galactus, but if the Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba and they can fend off Galactus, then I think anybody can, if I'm honest with you. Although, if he did turn back up, at least Cap's got some experience with that, because he was over there too. There are going to be a few other deaths in part 1. We've only lost 3 so far. I think we're going to lose War Machine, because let's be honest, what does War Machine offer? He is a poor man's Tony Stark at the end of the day. Excuse me a moment. And I'm back. So yes, War Machine we were talking about. Poor man's Tony Stark, any day of the week. Come on guys. Completely pointless. Absolutely pointless. Should have died in Civil War. Would have actually meant the film mints and things. But no, he's fine. He's paralysed but can walk, so it's fine. Nothing's changed. It's fine. He's going to be cut because they've got too many people here that they can't work on all of them. It just can't happen. So people are going to have to be cut. So War Machine, sorry, you're gone. It will then also provide Tony Stark with some kind of motivation to step back up his game again. We are also going to lose Drax, although I am a little bit dubious in that one, because from what I saw from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, they're building a bit of a romance between him and Mantis, which is kind of cute, but they've killed Drax, his character, completely. Drax lost his muchness in terms of as an Alice reference, but what did we all love about Drax in the first one? That he didn't get anything, that he stood out from the rest of the group because of how unable he was to understand the metaphors they were using, to understand the language they were using. And we had quite a few laughs at that, like, never call me a princess, or he's whatever he is. He goes straight over his head, nothing goes over my head, my reflexes are too fast, I will catch it. How funny were those moments? It was like, God's sake, Drax, so develop. And yes, he's developed a massive sense of humour, but it's come from nowhere. We haven't seen this development happen at all. I think Wong will die. Again, you've got Doctor Strange. Do you really need two people like that in a film? Same situation with Iron Man. It's going to give him motivation is the word I am looking for. So we're going to cross off Wong. This leaves us quite a big chunk of people still. But some of these are still going to play a smaller role. And what we're going to discuss now, that's just part one, because like I said, it's cutting the chaff. You could see a few more people like Mantis go in. I don't think Mantis will, they've just added Mantis. You're not going to lose people. You could lose some from Black Panther. You might lose Shuri, but from what I know about her, again, I haven't seen the film, so I don't know for definite. She seems to be the brains behind the operation. Shuri is going to survive the entire length of the film. She's got to. It's going to be in part 2 where most of the deaths happen, because at that point he's going to have the Infinity Gauntlet, and we know what's going to happen from there. So we're going to lose Hulk, because unfortunately Hulk can only offer so much. I think it would fit the guy's arc so much better. You know, Bruce Banner's arc, that finally he gets this release. You know, he could actually do more than what he was concerned about. He was concerned he's going to be taken over by the Hulk. But to give his life as Hulk for somebody else, that couldn't be for Black Widow. Couldn't be for Black Widow, but Hulk's going to go. Hulk's going to be the first proper Avenger to go. No, Thor was the first proper Avenger. Hulk's going to go down. I think Pepper's going to go at some point. But again, I haven't seen her in any previous films apart from Iron Man 3, where I think she gets a suit. I need to see that. It seems a bit crazy, to be fair. So if Pepper's still alive, she's going to go. Simply because Gwyneth Paltrow, I think she's got married recently. She also seems to be a bit demanding, from what I've secured about reports. I don't know for definite. Cap will be your big death in number 2. Massive death in number 2. But Tony Stark, Iron Man won't. And the reason is, I think Downey Jr. has become a bit big. I think that Downey Jr. is, if you look at the poster, he's there, you know, right in the middle, underneath Thanos, arms out, getting all the attention. He's the first person you see. Not Thanos, not the rest of the team. Him. It's about him. And I think he won't have Tony die. I don't think the ego that he's developed from this. I don't know if he's got an ego. I don't. But that pose, taking up main centre stage. And Captain America Civil War, he was right there with Cap. And yes, he was the lead of the other side of that. But it's a Captain America film, but yeah, he was there. So I think he's grown a little bit fond of the role. Whereas I think Chris Evans is still a bit more grounded. He can see what would be better for the story. So I think he'll let Cap die. And it's going to come into what I think will happen at the end anyways. So we're going to cross off Cap. See you, Cap, good work. And Bucky Barnes isn't. I would like to see Bucky Barnes and who Black Widow angle start to appear, because it was in the comics, and I think it would work really well with them both kind of being on the same side, but also working against each other like it was with Hawkeye, but that never seemed like there was any sort of chemistry there. We'll see. Like I said, Mantis is not going to die. I don't think they're adding a character that quickly and then get rid of it. No, don't think they will. It'd be pointless, really. Oh, here's Mantis. Look, they're having a bit of a thing with Drax, and oh my god, she's gone. No, it doesn't make sense. Same reason why Captain Marvel won't, and Ant-Man won't, that Wasp won't, because they're putting in characters just to kill them off, and there's plenty of other people they could get chopping in this, definitely. You won't see Black Panther die, nor will Star-Lord, nor Doctor Strange. Star-Lord is the heart of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Without Star-Lord there is no Guardians of the Galaxy, really. So he's going to stay, he's going to be fine. Ant-Man's getting Wasp into his next film, so they're going to be in there, and they're not going to kill those two off, because what's the point in adding them in just to kill them off? They might not have big roles, they might even have like one fight scene, they might even get their butts kicked, but they'll survive it. And Doctor Strange has been played by Benedict Cumberbatch, who's a massive star. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a Doctor Strange 2, which is going to come out, it has to come out midway through the film, which won't really make sense, or not midway through the film, midway through the parts, which isn't going to make sense. And if they have it in part 2, or after part 2, then you know he's going to survive. So there's no point in that. So you know Doctor Strange is going to be fine. Like I said, Shuri I think is going to be fine. Groot is, Rocket is, because it's had staple parts of those characters. And when you watched what happened in Guardians 2, Rocket played such a small role in it. I think Rocket had the smallest role of all the Guardians. And he had a great lesson. Perhaps he might die protecting Groot, perhaps. I mean, that'd be the only way it would happen. Or to make Groot go back crazy. We don't know. It might do. I think Rocket would be the only sort of question mark over this, really speaking. Falcon's not going to die, because I think you're going to have the proverbial battle for the cowl with Falcon and Bucky, both of them looking to pick up where Cap left off. I don't know if it's going to work, I don't know if it's right, to be fair, but I think that's what's going to be. We know Spidey isn't going to die, because of Spidey. We know Stark is very unlikely to die, and Scarlet Witch and Black Widow is not going to die, because we know we're getting a Black Widow film, which is supposed to be a comedy, which I'm a bit concerned about, but you know, it's not my job. So we know they're going to survive. However, I think this film will offer one really touching moment, very similar to how Thor and Loki are going to die, is Nebula. Now, in the comics, everyone who knows Nebula knows that she, at some point in one of the universes, gets a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet. Whether this will actually happen in this version, I don't know, but I think she'll go. Ow. I know Karen Gillian is a huge actress at the moment, but I think they'll kill her off, because what they'll do with that, they'll have her, kill her off, protecting Gamora, who will then step up and be battling Thanos alongside the likes of Stark, Cap, Adam Warlock. Black Panther is going to be there, so Doctor Strange, they're going to be the ones that are going to be there. I don't think Star-Lord will be at that fight, because he's just a guy. He doesn't have the skill range for that. So Nebula's going to die. It's going to be the spark to get Gamora deeper into the fight. But how is it going to end? We all know who's going to kill Thanos. It's going to be Adam Warlock, because we all know it's Adam Warlock that beats the hell out of Thanos. We know it. But that's not where it's going to get interesting. Where it's going to get interesting is in my girl, Scarlet Witch. Now, I think they'll do this because they now have the capabilities to be able to bring in people like the X-Men, Fantastic Four. They got those options now available to them. She's going to do one of two things. One, she's going to do no mutants. She's going to rewrite time, rewrite history, and that's it. Bam. No mutants, which then lead into the whole Logan thing, because that's kind of what happened there. Without it actually happening, that's kind of what led up to that. Or she's going to turn rewrite time completely, but without Thanos. Maybe using the Infinity Gauntlet to help her do that. And it goes kind of wrong, which then allow them to reboot the universe, either with younger actors playing the roles we have now, or they can go into the kind of Doom comic series that we've had lately. Things like Ironheart, Miles Morales, Miss Marvel, who then obviously link in with Captain Marvel. I'm not saying all those comics are bad. I haven't read them because I can't get hold of them. I got very limited comic book access here, to be fair. But I think that's how it's going to go. I think it's more likely they're going to go with option 2. So it's going to use the Infinity Gauntlet to try and bring back all of her friends. We'll have Lady Death, Eva Green there. Could even be egging her on. We'll see. We'll see. But I think we're going to go down that route. So we'll have more female leads in roles. Just for the sake of having female leads in roles. Who knows? People seem to think that we don't want female leads in roles. And I want to be, guys might have noticed, but I want to be a woman, so I'm all for more women. But if it works, like X-23 I think would be amazing. Wonder Woman was fantastic. I'm excited for the Batgirl film. I can't wait to see the actors they're going to get lined up for Gotham City Sirens. I can't say that word. Gotham City Sirens. That's hard. But do I want to see Ironheart? Do I want to see a Miss Marvel who doesn't understand the world that she's in terms of you're part of this group but you don't like what you're fighting against, but you're part of it, you're part of the problem? I don't know. And that's why I'm not very hyped for it, because I don't think this is going to be the climax to years and years of film watching that the majority of people are expecting. I think it's just going to be a way to redo it all again. I think a lot of people will like that, but I don't think I will. But these are my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts upon who's going to die. What part of the film are they going to die in? They're going to die in part 1, they're going to die in part 2. Are they going to die at all? Who do you think was going to be the first death? A lot of people saying this is going to be Iron Man. Not a hope. Not a hope. Ain't even going to get close. Spidey's not going to go anyway either. A lot of people are saying. So drop your comments down into my comment section. I would love to be able to read them all. If you want to hear more about upcoming films, I've watched The Purge twice, so I'm going to be doing a review on that. I've got some World of Warcraft videos going up soon. I've also got, hopefully, when my group can get together, our D&D sessions going up as well. So subscribe if you're interested in anything that I'm offering here. Subscribe and give me one of those thumbs up. Let me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing, and I will see you next time down the rabbit hole with Jemima. Bye guys.